Hola a todos, and welcome to what I can only assume is the sexiest economic cage match you've ever been witness to. We're talking about global powerhouses here, the nations with shoulders broader than a redwood's sense of time. Welcome to our in-depth comparison of the world's leading economies: China, Russia, Germany, Japan, the United States, and Mexico. Because honestly, who needs a vacation when you can just watch the global economy slowly digest itself on camera? We'll be diving into various aspects such as economic strength, per capita income, export and import volumes, defense and armament, and agricultural and technological production. Think of it like an economic Olympics, except instead of javelins and questionable judging, we have trade deficits and the lingering threat of nuclear annihilation. Buckle up. First up, China. Now, if global economies were judged like Olympic sports, China would be figure skating away with a suspiciously high score, despite clearly tripping over that whole human rights hurdle. They've got the second largest GDP globally, and let's be honest, they didn't get there by selling lemonade and friendship bracelets. China's export game is stronger than a tiger mom's guilt trip, churning out everything from iPhones to those tiny plastic toys you win at carnivals, and then immediately regret. And their military? Well, let's just say they're not messing around, investing heavily in defense and making sure everyone knows they have more tanks than a World of Tanks convention. Next, we've got Russia, a country that's less nation and more endurance test for its own people. Look, they've got natural resources coming out the wazoo, enough oil and gas to fuel 1,000 conspiracy theories. But their economy? Well, it's like a ladder. It might eventually get you where you need to go, but it's going to make some concerning noises along the way. Russia's got a bit of a spending problem when it comes to defense, which, okay, understandable when your national animal is basically a furry tank. They're big on exporting weapons and fossil fuels, which is a bit like being really good at starting fires and then selling fire extinguishers. Not exactly a sustainable long-term strategy, but hey, who are we to judge? Now for something completely different, Germany. These guys are basically the responsible older sibling of the global economy. They show up on time, they keep things tidy, and their economy is so well-oiled it could probably run on sauerkraut fumes. Germany is all about that export life, pumping out high-quality cars, machinery, and enough pharmaceuticals to sedate a continent. They're not as gung-ho about military spending as some other countries on this list, preferring instead to invest in things like education and infrastructure. You know, the boring stuff that actually makes a society function. It's like watching someone win a staring contest by blinking thoughtfully. Chapter 4. Japan. Robots, ramen, and really long lifespans. Let's talk Japan, a country that's basically a real-life Studio Ghibli film. Beautiful, technologically advanced, and with a slightly unsettling obsession with giant monsters. Japan's economy is a well-oiled machine, fueled by technological innovation and a seemingly endless supply of adorable cartoon characters. They're the global leaders in electronics, automobiles, and things that just make you say, how did they even think of that? They've got a pacifist constitution, which means they spend less on defense and more on things like developing robots that can make you a perfect cup of tea. Which honestly seems like a much better use of everyone's time. Chapter 5. The United States, where dreams come true and debt goes to die. Just kidding, it lives here forever. Ah, the United States. Land of the free, home of the brave, and birthplace of approximately 70% of the world's questionable economic policies. We've got the biggest economy, sure, but it's starting to resemble that one friend who's always borrowing money and promising to pay you back next time. We're big on spending, whether it's on defense, healthcare, or those little marshmallows shaped like farm animals. You know the ones. Exports? Sure, we do that too. Mostly entertainment, weapons, and enough corn to build a replica of Mount Rushmore entirely out of tortillas. It's a mixed bag, really. Chapter 6. Mexico, the underdog, with a lot of potential and really good food. And last but not least, we have Mexico, a country that's like a piñata, brightly colored, full of surprises, and occasionally whacked senseless by external forces. Mexico has a lot going for it. A young and growing workforce, a strategic location for trade, and enough delicious food to make you question every meal you've ever eaten before. They're a major exporter of automobiles, electronics, and, of course, tequila. Now, they do face some challenges like poverty, inequality, and the fact that their northern neighbor seems to have misplaced its chill somewhere around the turn of the century. But hey, at least they have universal healthcare, which is more than we can say for some other countries on this list. Outro. So, who wins? Spoiler alert, it's complicated. That's our comprehensive comparison of these 6 major economies. Which country do you think stands out the most? Let us know in the comments below. Because honestly, trying to pick a winner in this scenario is like trying to choose your favorite existential dread. They're all terrifying in their own special way. But hey, at least we got to learn some stuff along the way, right? Like, for example, that the global economy is a terrifying and confusing beast that we will never fully understand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. And by insightful, we mean likely to make you question the very fabric of reality. You're welcome.